Hi, this is the first of many, hopefully, videos on topics, spiritual topics, meditation or yoga topics. It will depend. And today I'm going to be talking about carefree. It is a word and a concept that has come to me recently, and I've posted about the difference between carefree and careless and the importance of carefree. All of this linked to meditation also. For those of you who know me, I am a yoga and meditation teacher, and I am very deeply onto the path of meditation, especially. And um, I don't meditate every day, like sit down to meditate, but every day I enter a meditative state in a good part of my day, doing everything that I do through my day. And I am very much on the tantric path, which is very much a go with the flow type of path, and accepting whatever comes. And so that's my background. Also, um, I am very drawn to a small part of what Sufism uh, um, can be, to what I've been exposed um, on Sufism, especially the concept of being drunk on love, and the knowledge that I have of Sufism comes a lot from Osho and his practices and his wisdom. These videos will not be edited, so for example, you will hear my cat meow like just now, possibly. There'll be vehicles passing in the street, or wherever I am, there'll be background noises and all these things, and I will not be editing them. I will simply just post as it is. And so, going back to the concept of carefree, I am using this concept at the moment to let go. I am carefree is about letting go. It's about letting go of attachment. It's about letting go of labeling things. It's about letting go um, of what we hang on to for no apparent reason but to hang on to it because it feels home, because it feels cozy, even though it could be making us miserable. Like, for example, pain. I will come back to that in a moment. Um, Carefree to me is the opposite of careless. And this is the concept I'm exploring right now. So here you go. We've got a visitor now. And he will show up on many of my videos, I'm sure. So we have got this carefree and this careless. Carefree comes from a place of love and compassion towards yourself, towards others, towards life. Careless comes from a place of sadness, pain, anger, resentment, fear. And so that's the difference. And so when in my posts I'm inviting people to consider the connection in them to being carefree, to explore it and to experience it, it is rooted in love and compassion. So that means, let me give you some examples. Okay, so today I'm driving home and I get to a traffic light. My light turns green. I'm going to turn right, so I'm crossing the road to turn right. And the people coming on the opposite lane that are going straight in the same place where I'm going, rather not, sorry, they're coming to where I'm coming. Sorry, I'm mixing myself up. Anyway, they cut in front of me. And so they passed at the red light, and four of them. And so I had to stop at the green light and I had to let them all pass. And this was incredibly frustrating at first because first it scared me, second it was dangerous, so it got me angry. And then it was like, so you just take my turn and now I just don't get a turn kind of feeling. And so being carefree here means that as I was going through this event, every thought I had, I just let it go. I'm being carefree. If I'm upset, I care. I care too much and it's affecting me, it's making me miserable. And so as the cars are passing, I'm letting go. So I'm letting go of the nobody loves me. Everybody's taking my place. I don't have a place. Feeling inside. So I'm letting that go. I'm becoming carefree about that, meaning I no longer care. That means I am no longer attached to that event for that purpose. And therefore, I feel lighter, I feel happier, I feel uplifted. Then the dangerous part, I let that go. And that again, I let go of care. Yes, it is dangerous. Yes, it was pretty stupid what they did. And yes, it has put me in danger at the time and them. Yes, I could look beyond this and think, oh my gosh, if they were kids crossing, they would have crashed into them. I let go of that. And it's not that I don't care about kids getting crushed into. It is that right now, this is creating me pain and worry. And I know I don't need that. So, letting that go. And what I'm letting go of is the thoughts that are associated with the event and the feelings and sensations that are brought onto my system by my thoughts. I'll get back, I'll do more videos about thoughts, about thinking, about shifting the thoughts, especially. But I'm just going to put that in here. And I will develop that further probably in another video. I did a Vipassana meditation practice in 2021, I think it was. So for 10 days, completely isolated, not talking to anyone, complete silence, meditating the whole day, every day. And yeah, that was it. And so, oh, done. I forgot why I was saying this. Oh yes, that's it. So as I was letting go of things through meditation, and again I'll get back to explaining how meditation lets us let go of things. I had a whole journey over the 10 days. I was until the third day I was really struggling. I had to really break my mind to sit still all that time and without anyone. Then on the third day, I went crazy. I cried a lot. I was confused. I had all sorts of negative thoughts coming, and my body needed to move. And I just did. I wanted to throw it all away, and that was an ego crisis. Basically, my ego was leaving, and again, I'll get back and explaining this about meditation another time. But my ego was leaving. I was detaching from a lot of things because I didn't have so many thoughts in the mind. Then on the fourth, fifth day, I started to feel peaceful again, and I found my mind settling. And then I went and had another crisis again, I think on day 7 or 8. By the time that we arrived at the 10th day, everybody was like, oh, finally, we can talk again. Oh, finally, it's over. And I was the only one who was there thinking, I want to stay here. Like, it felt so good to have so little thought in the mind. I felt like so relaxed and so peaceful inside. Then, in the following days, I felt layers of thinking coming back. As I went back into life, I felt completely ill-adjusted with the world because I was on a completely different world, in a completely different world. It felt because I had such less amount of thoughts. I was not wanting to rush in any way. I really, yeah. So, but as I kept observing what was happening to me in the next days, I just kept feeling these layers of thoughts coming back to me. And what I noticed with the thoughts while I was doing the Vipassana practice is that one thought, just one thought, can express itself on our body in so many different sensations, in like a sequence of sensations, a pattern of sensations. And so that means that each thought has an impact on our body as well as everything else. I personally believe it has a whole impact, a huge impact on our energy system as well. And so imagine just with this event of the cars crossing in front of me, all those thoughts that I had, it wasn't that many thoughts, but all of them were loaded with a lot of negativity. And that will affect my whole being. And so that's why it's so important to become carefree. And carefree doesn't mean careless. It doesn't mean that I don't care. Yeah. I'm doing this from a place of love and compassion inside. So that means that, yes, I am letting go of the thought that the car could crash into a child, but also I am deeply loving and compassionate about the child that could cross and the event that they could get hit by the car, if that makes sense. So basically, with meditation in general, but also with other practices where we are mindful, which means also that it's a meditative experience, um, with dancing, riding a horse, painting, even driving the car. See, I was driving the car and then I was letting go. And I was becoming more and more carefree. Another thing is another example for being carefree. I have a client today, rather, let's call it a client, who came for a massage. And as I was massaging her back, she was telling me how she was stressing because she was a leader of a group and the people in the group were stressed. And she felt like she wanted them to not be stressed anymore. And she was saying that how she was taking on their stress. So I explained to her that actually this is not the way to help someone who's feeling stressed, because if you stress because they are stressed, not only is it that they're not going to feel any better for it, but they're going to feel worse because that's two people being stressed now instead of zero or one. So I explained to her that she needed to get to become carefree. And here, it doesn't mean that she doesn't care about the people that she is leading. It just means that she's no longer carrying their burden. Yeah? Everybody has their own burden. We cannot carry other people's burdens, but we believe we can. And we were brought up to think that that's what we should do. And so we tend to do it, which means that our mind has the thoughts inside that tells the brain, tells the body to load up on people's stress for a very good and very kind reason. Nevertheless, bringing a lot of stress, bringing a lot of ill health to all of us, to ourselves, to, sorry, not all of us, obviously, to whoever is doing this. But what I meant is to our whole system. And so it's so important to understand, and it's also got to do this with the difference between compassion and empathy. With compassion, you're filled with love and understanding and also possibly time and attention for someone who's suffering, but you are not carrying their weight. You're not carrying their burden for them. And then empathy, you are understanding that someone is going through something hard. Have a lot of love for that person or that group, and you are loading up the weight that they are carrying onto yourself as well. You are creating additional weight from what they are going through just so that you can feel that you are helping them. And it's not, when I said just like so you can feel, I don't mean that you're doing that for yourself, but that is the only experience you're going to have is and the other person also is you feeling and experiencing their weight, but actually that doesn't mean they're going to get lighter. And so being carefree there, it means I see you, I understand that you are stressed, and I have much love for you, but you remain a witness to it. You don't participate to it. And then at that point, as a leader, you will then be able to be at peace. You will be able to have a clearer mind. And then you will be able to find solutions so that you can help those people that you are leading and who are being stressed. And that is the right way to be helping someone else, because then you're not damaging yourself in the process, which is what this is all about. It's about caring for ourselves, but being carefree in attitude so that we don't burden ourselves with things. One thing that made me burden myself a lot is guilt, for example. I'd be guilty. I'd feel guilty. I don't have much in my life, and I've had struggles, many. And whenever I'm looking at people who are struggling, I feel guilty that I'm not struggling as much as them, or I may even be struggling just as much and still feel guilty that they struggle and I should be struggling somehow. So there's a lot of things like that we have as underlying patterns that trapping us into um, being not being able to be carefree. And the opposite of carefree is attached. It's tied up also, and it's detrimental to ourselves, and it doesn't help anyone else. So I just wanted to make this video today about this, about the importance of being carefree. And I will do more videos as time comes. And especially one of the next ones I'm going to do will be to explain on the importance of letting go of thoughts and how to do it. But right now, just understanding whenever, so if that works for you, if that means something to you and you want to start to incorporate this in your life, the carefree concept, then first of all, thinking about this and what it means to you. Then if you already meditate, you can meditate on it. So putting the concept out there and then going into silence, into meditation, tuning within yourself and noticing the thoughts that come about this and how it makes you feel and how you are responding in your inner world. And then the next thing is simply letting go. Yes, as I was driving and I had that event, I let go of the thoughts. Every time a thought came that was linked to an attachment to the situation and that made me feel unhappy, I let go of it. Literally, it is like imagining that my thoughts were attached to balloons and the balloon is just floating away with the thought and gently and softly removing it from my mind. That is for me the process I'm going through at the moment with the carefree concept, and it is freeing me. I am removing like these so many old patterns that have been really loaded on me for all these years. And please understand this. No matter what we've gone through, no matter how stupid we may have been in our lives, no matter how much hurt we've had and how much pain we've experienced, all of these can go. All of it. We tend to cling to pain. We tend to cling to stress. As I was saying earlier at the beginning of the video, these things are what we are used to. It's what we are comfortable with. And letting go of those requires a change, which can be a scary experience and even just a scary thought. And guess what? We can let go of that thought too. Yeah. But in terms of the pain, I had to go through that process of understanding that pain is not who I am, and pain is not safe and it's not comfortable, even though it may feel that way at first because that's what we're used to. So I gave myself permission to let go of the pain, and I welcomed myself to embrace change, no matter how uncomfortable it may be at first. Because throughout the whole process, we can keep on letting go of everything, including the fear of change and including the discomfort that comes with it when we're stepping away from what we're used to something more comfortable. So I hope this video helped you. If it didn't, then that is fine too. And then simply, I wish you best journey to step into your inner world, to discover more and more of it, and to heal more and more of it every day, through each breath, through each thought, through each practice that you may do. I wish you a wonderful day, and I will be posting more videos soon. Bye.